Can't bring Pookie into the boardroom.
Nah.
Right? Because Pookie coming in there digging up his nose, he got a 40 in his hand and he talking crazy. Well, Pookie can chill back at the crib.
We live.
We live.
Most Wouldnt.
Most Wouldnt. This is what we do.
This is we here.
Yeah.
I think that's what they've been waiting for.
Listen, so this is the one where you said you wanted to talk about something close to your heart. So
Yeah, well, I had an idea, and it was like almost like an intuition that came to me. Why do parents set unrealistic expectations on their children?
Yeah, and that's not a new thing either.
Yeah.
They were doing that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting their hopes and dreams
Onto them,
on a child.
which is not fair.
Yeah, it's like asking somebody to predict the lottery winning numbers.
Yeah.
And then when they don't come up with them, you look at them like, well, why couldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be a scientist or a lawyer or a teacher, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to drive a truck or be a painter. But no, they said, no, 5'7" boy, we need you to fly through the air like Mike.
Like Mike, we want you to go to Duke
Yes.
or Clemson.
Yes.
And neither one of the parents have had set that example for that kid to be that or to even draw from.
That's true.
Why do you think that?
I think that certain groups of people have decided that they want to live the American dream even if they hadn't put the energy in to live it based on themselves.
Yeah.
So if I can't do it, let me have a 7'1", 300-pound man who can dance like a bear and catch oops and donk over everybody and make movies and everything else, right? And he's going to change my life because he's going to be worth $500 million and I ain't going to never have to work again. That's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That'll make you make some babies, boy.
It will. It will. Multiple.
Yes.
But I don't think it's fair to the kid. Like, let's be real. You 5'6", 5'7". Your mom is 5'6", your dad 5'8". The best the kid is probably gonna be is 5'9". They pressuring this kid because they see all the other kids, you know, going off to do great things against scholarships, and it's like, that's not who that kid may be.
Yeah.
And they trying to fit inside of this box that their parents create for them, which may lead them to, you know, mental health issues as well.
Yes. You know, it's funny that you bring that up. When we were out at that event the other night, and we were speaking to that group of young men, and there was one young man in particular, and he said, I want to be an engineer. And that's why I said to him, yes. Right, because in that room, he was the young man you're describing.
Yep.
He went out for the team the first year, he made it. The second year, he didn't make it, but he's still hanging out with the ball players.
Yep.
Back in the day, I would tell those young kids, I'd say, don't lose hope. You may not make the team. You may own the team.
Yep.
Right? You may choose a different path of career and have great success.
For sure.
Like a lot of owners of sports teams.
Yep.
Right? You put them on the court, them suckers are shooting
They can't
like
shoot. They
sixth
can't make it
graders.
back. Yep.
But they had a career somewhere else.
For sure.
That enabled them to come back to this space and really find their place. Right? So everybody's dream doesn't have to be like Mike. And there's more than one Mike.
For sure.
Right? There's a lot of Mikes that are highly successful. So yeah, when you brought it up, I thought, yeah, this is a most Wouldnt.
Yeah, this is a most Wouldnt conversation because it's an ongoing issue.
And it's unpopular to talk about. Like everybody's supposed to pretend that each kid's got a chance.
Yeah.
When clearly, one kid is 6'7", the other one's 5'7".
Yeah.
And they don't have an equal chance to play.
And that's not kissing their dreams goodbye.
Right.
I think it's being realistic.
Yes.
And we live in a hypothetical society. Like, you know, especially we talking basketball, the small point guard is out. So if you're a point guard, you 5'7", you're 6 foot, you gotta be like Jalen Brunson or somebody. Like that dude is special in the mix, and he does magical things with the rock in his hand. But that's one of few.
Yes.
Related to football, you being a former quarterback,
Yes.
I'm sure you could probably relate to how the
Absolutely.
landscape has changed.
Absolutely. You saw me talking with that young man. He said he played corner. I stood up and I was 2 inches taller than him. And I said to him, reach your arms up. And he reached his arms up, and his reach wasn't quite as high as mine. Now, he could have a 42 or 44 or 46-inch vertical, but chances are he won't. So I simply suggested to him, instead of letting them put you out in the boundary and have you cover guys that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", if you move into the slot while you're in high school, you can find great success, because those guys only have to cover 10, 12 yards within the middle of the field, one way or the other. And his quickness will give him an advantage that he won't have on the outside. So, yeah, some of this is coaches having uncomfortable conversations with parents. And some of this is coaches having uncomfortable conversations with athletes.
With the athletes.
Saying, hey, man, what do you want to do with this, right? Because that young man the other night said, I want to go pro. I said, well, you should be training 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and that's just to get to your senior year. And hopefully you've performed on the field and opened some doors. But if you haven't, doesn't mean it's over. There are guys who go to small schools and, find a way to pay for their education and play and walk on or try out for teams and make it. It happens.
It does.
But you're in a very, very, very small minority.
It's slim.
Yes.
And I think what needs to be magnified is kids getting a free education.
Yes.
Going to school for free.
Yes.
Cutting down that financial burden that's put on parents.
Yes.
The average kid, how much you think it is for like a kid to graduate and go through 4 years?
Well, if we pick we won't pick.
On the average level.
Let's say we pick a school like Temple, right? That 4-year education is probably going to be somewhere north of $150,000, $200,000, right? And if you don't have any money coming in from outside sources, you're going to have a lot of debt when you're finished, and hopefully you'll get a great job, and hopefully you'll get great terms, and hopefully you won't lose your job to some AI or whatever comes along, and you'll have a chance to pay that debt back. And hopefully you'll have a career where you can really grow and your income potential can grow. So if you look at it from that point of view, if kids can, let's just do it athletically or academically, any opportunity to get yourself and become more marketable will always be advantageous. I think the struggle, particularly in our community, is we put all our hopes and dreams in one. Into one. And not thinking about the other, right? And we have gifted kids that can become anything if they make their mind up. They can become doctors.
I agree.
Right? They can become lawyers, they can become engineers, they can become teachers, they can become, titans of industry. But if we put the same energy in, right? Ain't nobody waking that kid up at 4 in the morning to get them workouts in to become an academic, star. But we do it for sports. We don't put the same energy in to say, hey, young man, go to bed early, wake up in the morning and study like my parents did me. Right? My dad would say, oh no, you ain't staying up late at night, you going to bed. But at 5 o'clock, you're gonna be up. You'll be studying, you'll go to school at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And that information will be fresh in your mind and you'll score high, you'll do well in the classroom. Right? But, it's easier to say, no, little Johnny, go ahead go out to the playground. Yes.
And that mindset that you said, with you having those habits, if that was the daily practice with more people, we have more innovators. We would have more creators. We would have more leaders of the free world, people that can think for themselves. And people like that, we need those kind of people to create other opportunities, to change the world, to see things differently, not in just one way.
Especially us.
Especially
us. I mean, we have Michael Jackson, we have Michael Jordan, we have
LeBron. Don't forget my man LeBron.
Listen, I love LeBron.
We know you, Jordan guy.
Listen, first of all, since you got me on social media and you set my thing up, I didn't say put me on Jordan. I said put me on LeBron.
Yeah.
Now, when we're finished wrapping this episode up, you're going to put me on Jordan because I am a Jordan guy.
Yeah.
Right? But I love LeBron.
Yeah, me too.
Right? He's this generation's Jordan, and in a lot of ways, he's better. Right? And I'm not talking basketball.
Off the court.
I'm talking about how that dude is just out there saying what he thinks, and he's unapologetic. He's in other industries pulling people up. You saw his friend group come up with him. That's amazing, right? I love Mike, right? But I watched his whole career, right? We're the same age. I watched him go through high school, on to college, and on to greatness, but I didn't see his friend group come up like that. Nah, LeBron's a special
he set
guy.
precedents with
Yes.
that. And it showed that you could come up with the people from the sandbox.
Yes.
And
all of y'all ain't got a uniform on, right? Only one's wearing a uniform. Everybody else got in where they fit in. And that's a beautiful thing, especially for brothers.
that's strong.
Especially
I don't think we've seen that
No,
outside of him.
no. Because, it takes a special group of friends to be able to move like that, right? You can't bring Pookie into the boardroom,
Nah.
right? Because Pookie coming in there digging up his nose, he got a 40 in his hand and he talking crazy. Well, Pookie can chill back at the crib, right? But in order to move into spaces where you can climb with someone like LeBron, right? You got to up your game.
For sure.
Right, he went from a teenager to a grown man. Well, these dudes went from teenagers to like boardroom members because they understood the room and they knew how to move.
Yeah.
They didn't bring that hood into the courtroom into the boardroom. They brought that exec. When I see Rich Paul, I'm like, this dude looked like a darn lawyer, and
He
ain't
does.
never been to law
And
school.
they don't even dress like one.
No, but he know how to handle himself.
Yeah.
And he ain't scared to look folks in the eye and say, "No, we're not taking that deal. We want this."
Yeah.
Right? And if you can't give it to us today, we'll wait until you hit us back, and we'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, I love it.
Nah,
I
he's
love
legendary.
it. This group that he's rolling with is very unique. Most people don't have friends like that. But the good news is the man who had them brought them, and they're showing out in every way. Right? Those are young men that I admire.
Yeah. And I also think that at the magnitude that LeBron has, you either gonna fly with him and get flew over.
Yeah.
It's like the higher you go, it get harder to breathe.
Yes.
So everybody's lungs not really built for that.
Yeah, that's
those,
true.
Those extreme
You know what's
heights.
funny is while I've heard the other two, his friends were really successful, Rich Paul has been the one who's spread his wings and flown with him, right? Every time I hear references to him, he is like this really savvy businessman. The boy went from hustling jerseys out of his trunk to flying around on private jets with owners of teams and closing hundreds of millions of dollars of contracts
Crazy.
without the classroom experience, but having the insight, right, the instincts to be able to say, no. The greatest thing a agent brings to his athletes is his ability to say no, to be able to read the market and be able to say, no, that's a nice offer. Let us know when you can increase it, when you can improve it. I love guys
That's a gem.
that can think on their feet, aren't afraid of the moment, and can look people square and say thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's one of the qualities I love about you. And I do want to thank you on camera because the first couple episodes, I was like a deer in the headlights, and you encouraged me to be my authentic self,
Yeah.
to be more who I am.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
Listen, that's what we do.
Yeah, we on like
Right.
episode 5 right
Yes.
now. And this may be episode 1, we don't know. It could
That's
be
right.
episode 10, it could be episode
That's
100.
right. That's right.
We don't know, but the fact is that you've encouraged
Yeah.
and helped me
Yeah.
come more out, because this is a new space. A lot of
Yes.
people may know me from being behind the camera,
Yes.
getting the millions of views online,
Right.
helping kids out, but this is a new space.
Yes.
And I want to ask you your opinion, because I think that a real man goes towards challenges and not away from them.
Yes. My parents raised my brother and I with a very simple saying, and they started when I was young. My mom used to always say that the cream always rises to the top, right? And I was little, and in the beginning I was thinking, yeah, I would like a root beer soda with some cream on it, right? But as I got older, I started realizing it really does. Like, no matter what the situation or circumstances is, it's how you think, not what you think others are thinking about you, right? It's how you think. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. I love that because there's no wavering in the scripture, right? Not that there ever is, but when it says so is, it's like it's done, right? So that means if you're thinking whack, it's done, right? If you're thinking good, it's done. If you're thinking great, it's done, right? So align your thinking with where you want to go and then watch yourself soar, right? That's cool.
That's a most wooden gem.
That is a most wooden gem. I like that. Thank you, Lord. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Never said that one before.
Nah, that was a good one.
I like that.
Yep. Challenges.
Yes, and you know what I love is that you are humble enough to take instruction, right? That's not common in your generation. Most are leading with their ego even if they don't know anything, right? So just the fact that you are what they used to call teachable, right? It's hard to, I always say the teacher can't teach until the student's ready to learn, right? So if I'm talking to you and your mind's closed and your eyes are locked in, but you're thinking about everything other than what I'm saying, then I'm wasting my time.
It's like trying to talk to a brick wall.
Yeah, there's no response, right?
I find that common, especially amongst my generation.
It
Being
really
a 30-year
is.
old man.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's a hurt piece. It's a hurt piece. But the good news is, through this platform, some people are going to see a man who is significantly older than his son, still able to sit here and have this dialogue, and nobody's cussing, nobody's fussing, nobody's getting angry, no one's feelings are getting hurt. As a matter of fact, I have to commend you again.
I appreciate that.
You have not used the phrase, I feel. You're talking about how you think. And you're in a generation that has replaced think with feel. And they don't represent the same thing, right? We're going to cover it over and over and over again because it's so inundated into our culture today. But just for today, I'm going to dab you up.
I appreciate it.
Right? Because your thoughts can take you to the moon.
I've been in training too. So
yes, you have.
A lot of people aren't open to change. Like,
Yes.
I think a lot of people, majority of people is just have a one track, I'm stuck in this mind, it's my way or no way, until they get influenced or come across some content like this where they're forced to challenge their ways of thinking. Because I think that's a part of our mantra, like the feeling and thinking thing.
Yes.
That's big. That's big. There's a lot of people that move off their feelings.
You know, so what has captured my attention over the last 6 or 7 years is I don't know how it happened. All I know is that between you and your siblings and whoever I'm playing ball with at the playground or wherever I'm moving, I've been hearing it, and I'm like, in the beginning I was like, okay, maybe they are feeling. But then as I listened to the adults my age talking about, well, I feel like the coach should be fired. And I'm like, well, what do your feelings have to do with it? You don't know that man, right? Say what you think. If you think he's got a poor record and he should be fired, okay. Why do your emotions have to get tied to something that's unrelated to you? When intellectually, you can make the same argument and really think it through. Should he be fired? Should Tomlin have resigned after 18 years of great success in a row? Right? Have an off year and all of a sudden the man resigns? Well, you know, I love that brother and I wish him well. But I'm going to say to people, listen, if you get caught up in your feelings, sometimes they don't serve you well. But if you think, if you pause, take a little bit of time and think, you could arrive at a different conclusion. And that's all I'm trying to say. We are not robots, right? I have feelings too. People that know me know I am a very passionate man,
Yeah.
right? And, as quiet as it's kept, when things are not going well, I can get pretty angry, right? I'm not a robot, but I am a thinker, right? And thinking is valuable. Thinking carries weight. That was the difference between when President Obama was running for office
Yeah.
and McCain was trying to please people, right? And the country came into a bad situation. The economy dropped, and McCain said, I'm suspending my campaign. And Obama came out and said, I can walk and chew gum at the same time, right? I'm not suspending mine.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm going to be the next president of this United States.
100%.
Yeah. So we have to recognize there's a place for how we feel, and they are valuable. But how we think gets us over the hump.
That should be the final stage
yes.
of the feelings.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes.
Yep.
That's a good point. I like you bringing that in.
Yeah, no, that's
Right.
strong because it's common, and we're gonna strive for greatness. You can't go off your feelings. You want to lose weight, you can't just feel like going to the gym and lose weight.
I know that's
you gotta
right.
think like, yo, if I don't lose this weight, I'm gonna check. Like that's the fact. If I don't put up these 1,000 shots, how am I gonna go D1?
Right.
How am I gonna go to the league?
Right.
Your chances don't even make sense if you just go off your feelings.
Amen.
I think it through, and that's a gem that I picked up from you, knowing how to separate the two.
And watch this. And I got it from my parents.
Yeah.
Right? We just passing it down. Right? And you're going to pass it on to your daughter.
Yeah. I do want to say I'm guilty of operating in my feelings. Mm-hmm. So probably like the past 6 months to a year, I've been still having feelings, but having my thinking have the last say. Because the outcomes are totally different. And the outcomes have a different level of comfortability.
Yes.
I think most people feel, because it's comfortable, that thought might be uncomfortable, and it takes you back to your feelings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everything that comes with it.
Everything that comes with it.
Yeah, all that drama,
Yep.
all that foolishness,
Yep.
all them poor decisions, waking up saying, what am I doing here? And, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And as you mature, you recognize that life has so much more to offer, right? I love having a good time, right? I love us busting it up, playing ball, eating out, going to the little shows, watching stuff. But I also love having, conversation, right? Intelligent conversation, right? Now this is called most wouldn't.
Yeah.
But this part right here, this isn't most wouldn't. This should be most would, right? Because families should connect like this,
For
right?
sure.
And one of the reasons why we're doing it this way, this particular day, is because we want to encourage more of this.
For sure.
Right? It should be more open dialogue, especially for those of us that have adult children.
Yes.
Right? We should be able to sit down with them and engage, and as much as we talk, listen, and as much as we teach, learn. So this is a good one.
For sure.
This is a good one.
For sure.
And this was your idea. Good job, young man.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. You we have conversations, and like the first couple goals at setting this whole thing up, it's like, you don't turn down, I gotta turn up.
Right.
And a lot of people get around people that's up here, then they like, oh, it's a little bit different up here. I mean, go back down here. And most people like, yo, you come down here to me. Nah, but now I'm like, nah, you stay there. I'm gonna bring it up. And that's the kind of athlete that I was.
I was getting ready to say that. If we were at the court playing, we rolled up and a couple boys
more
said,
rebounds.
listen,
I gotta get more stops.
Yeah.
You feel me? No,
Yeah.
not the other person is doing this, or it's not my team.
Right.
I'm not being the best version of myself.
Amen.
And that's why I love this new space that we're both entering, because this is new for you.
Yeah. I would say so.
This is new for you too. So
I would say so.
yeah.
I ain't never been on social media in 6 decades, and here I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not cool, but I'm gonna rock with you for a little while. I'm gonna rock with you for a little while.
The people need it.
I keep hearing that, so here I am.
The people need it.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, so here I am. I'm just going to be here as long as the Lord has me here.